Hello guys, what's up there? Welcome to our channel Football Fantasy, and it's the late night kickoff watch along Manchester United versus Everton at Old Trafford for the FA Cup game. Brilliant atmosphere, and this is going to be one of the starting games of the FA Cup. So it's now early stages. We all know that FA Cup starts in the month of January. I mean, not exactly in the month of January, but the top teams start playing in the month of January. So that's how it pans out, and then it goes on till the month of May when the final happens. But yes, now it's United's turn, and it's going to be an interesting game. The opponent is not going to be all that easy. Yes, Frank Lampard's Everton haven't been doing well in the Premier League, but then don't count them out. They recently, went to Man City and came out with a draw. So it is going to be an interesting game. The lineups are here. Let me quickly go through the lineup. Hold on a minute. Yes. So for United, we have David De Gea, the goalkeeper. So pretty much the first team lineup we've got Varane and Shaw as the centre backs. Interesting to see Maguire and Lindelof both dropping back on the bench, even though both of them look fit and are good to play the game, but then Eric Ten Hag preferring Luke Shaw over these two defenders. So an interesting choice here. Dalot and Malacia, occupying the wing back position. Diego Dalot is back, after missing a few games after the World Cup where he was not completely fit. There was issue with fitness and his injury, but now he's back starting game. Casemiro and Eriksen occupy the midfield position. Fernandes is the attacking midfielder. The three of them have been brilliant in that middle of the park. Fantastic for United, and whenever they've started, United have played really well. Rashford and Anthony on the wings. Anthony returns from an injury, and Martial as a lone striker. So, pretty much a very strong lineup for United, one which Eric Ten Hag would want to start regularly, with the exception of Lisandro Martinez on the bench, still recovering and will be match fit, I think, before the Man City game, after which Luke Shaw will occupy the left back position. But yes, questions over Lindelof and Maguire's Manchester United career, especially Harry Maguire, who is, at 29, 30 and would want to play football week in, week out. So if not in January transfer window, I'm sure in the summer transfer window, he will look for a different club. And yes, that's how it is. Man United will then look to buy a young centre back. For now, Luke Shaw starting ahead as a centre back, before Maguire and Lindelof. So an interesting decision. Earlier we could say that in the previous two games they started, Maguire and Lindelof were not all that fit, were lacking match fitness. But now it's pretty clear, they were looking pretty fit in the previous game. But now here we are in an important game. Eric Ten Hag has started Shaw over these two defenders. So, questions over their careers. But yes, it's a long season to go. We've not even halfway past. Things can change, and we have seen how Eric Ten Hag has transformed a lot of players. Recently you could see the I would say awakening. Aaron Wan-Bissaka's rise. How I wouldn't call it rise, but then yeah. He's missed a lot of games. He was declared the surplus to requirement, and then in absence of Diego, he started few games, looked really lively and improving game by game. So yeah, if you are good enough, you are ready to work hard and fight for your place. Eric Ten Hag will give an opportunity. So like I said, a long season to go. There will be a lot of games. But we are still in all the competitions that we started. We are in the Premier League. We are in the Europa League. We are in the FA Cup, and we are also in the Carabao Cup. So all the trophies we are still contesting for, and it is going to be a huge, huge game. एमशे भाई इज हियर वेलकम एमशे भाई कल परीक्षा है अरे वाह 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 ऑल द बेस्ट यार ऑल द बेस्ट बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आप फ्रैंक लैम्पार्ड की श्रद्धांजलि स्ट्रीम देखने आए हो फ्रैंक लैम्पार्ड on the verge of sacking if he loses tonight's game then maybe he may get sacked tonight or later but हाँ ये जरूर हो जाएगा अगर फ्रैंक लैम्पार्ड इसके बाद सैक हो गया आज के हारने के बाद तो ये जरूर फ्रैंक लैम्पार्ड श्रद्धांजलि स्ट्रीम होगी Here he is, right in front of the screen. Frank Lampard along with the Everton squad. Let's quickly run through the Everton lineup. It's an interesting one. We've got Pickford as the goalkeeper, the first choice goalkeeper, always there. And we've got Ben Godfrey, Connor Cody, and Tarkovsky as three centre backs. We've got wing backs in Coleman and Michaelenko. Middle three of Onana. Idrissa Gana again, Iwobi, Onana has been, is a very good talent, one to watch out. If not today, maybe in the future he will improve. Fantastic player. And we've got two forwards in Neil Mope and Damari Gray. So interesting Everton lineup. They've got decent bunch of players. On their day, they can give problems to the biggest of the teams. But yes, it's United's job to stay to the task and play the way they have played since the World Cup break, and it shouldn't be a problem. Of course, Everton is the top team and it's a Premier League side, or a kind of opposition United would want to avoid in the third round of the FA Cup. But here we are, and if you look at the squad, United are good in terms of the numbers, the squad, and the quality of players, but also in terms of form, United's form is very good compared to Everton. So yes, I think it is going to be a very interesting game. And if United play to the strengths the way they have been playing in the past 4 to 5 games, I think this shouldn't be a problem. Yes. So before the Man City game, it's a good warm up. The Everton game and then the Carabao Cup against Charlton Athletic. But yes, every player has to find form before the City game on the 14th. Very important. So yes, game is about to begin. It's another 5 to 6 minutes, and the other, are there any other FA Cup games? Let me quickly have a look. By the way, João Felix to Manchester United is very happening, and it's confirmed by Fabrizio Romano that United have informed uh, Jorge Mendes, the client of the the client, the agent of João Felix to negotiate a deal with Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid want a loan fee and the wages, so the total package goes up to 21 million, which United are unwilling to pay. And maybe yeah, it is true. A lot of people would say Manchester United to just pay the money, and United are hypocrites and blah blah blah. But I think you know we can't make the same mistake that we made in the past, paying getting blackmailed and ransomed. I agree. Jao Felix was bought by Atletico Madrid for over 100 million, but that doesn't mean they have to, just because he's surplus to requirement or he's not in his plans or he wants to, they've got to sell him or loan him at a very high price. So that's not, the amount is just not justificable. He's not had a fantastic season. He's asking money for a play. The kind of money they're asking is for a player, who has scored 10 to 15 goals in half a season. That doesn't happen. So I don't think that is the kind of money that Victor should buy. I think that eventually Atletico Madrid will budge. There will be a middle ground. Of course, Mendes will try to find a solution. Maybe not 15 million loan fee, but may come down to 10 million loan fee and then covering the salary. So that may happen. Watch the space. I think this deal will go through the end of the transfer window, in January transfer window. Maybe towards the end, Felix will decide whether he wants to go to United, Chelsea, or Arsenal. But yes, United are very much in the hunt. H2 is confirmed by the transfer guru Fabrizio Romano. Let's see how it turns out to be. Both the teams are out there. The FA Cup, a very historic competition. A lot of fans like this competition. Another a trophy where United can win. Because knockout stages, anything can happen. We've seen that in the past. And here's the United lineup. I'm very surprised to see Shaw starting as centre back ahead of Lindelof and Maguire. I thought in the previous 2 games where he started was because of match fitness of Harry Maguire and Lindelof, but now it's quite clear that he prefers Shaw over Maguire and Lindelof because Shaw is very, he's quick. He reads the game really well, better than those two defenders. I just can't believe, we played with those two defenders under Solskjaer for 2 complete seasons. We started them back to back for 2 seasons. Now, how disappointing it was. We didn't buy a centre back when we needed. We were crying for a centre back, and then eventually, after 2 seasons, we got Varane, and then now we got Martinez. I was completely against the idea of buying Harry Maguire, although I supported the move. I even bought the shirt, with Harry Maguire's name at the back. I actually wanted Napoli's Kalidou Koulibaly. I mean, then Napoli player, now Chelsea player, because I thought he was at his peak of his career and could have given us good 4 to 5 years. But Solskjaer went for a English centre back. He thought Premier League experience and an English centre back would do much. Would be a much better option. Not sure why, what was going through his mind, but yeah, I was very much. Willing to for United to buy Kalidou Koulibaly because at that point in time he was at the peak of his career. Maybe not now he's that kind of the player. Yeah, he's still good, 30 or 31. But then I thought if United could have bought him that time, we could have had a good 4 to 5 years and then develop a good young player. But we chose to get Harry Maguire for 85 million, and the move has gone completely disappointing and hasn't worked out. Had a good decent season one. These people, every time over you empathize the statement that Harry Maguire had a good second season. I wouldn't call it second season. Was it second season where we finished second? Yeah, that was actually second season where Manchester United finished second without fans in the ground, and we called him the best centre back in the Premier League. I mean, I don't think he was the best centre back in the Premier League. The situation were different, circumstances of that season were different. We came second, we didn't even get 75 points. That's how poor the other teams were. We were not all that good. But yes, let's keep all that aside. I thought, yeah. So my main point is that we could have avoided that move and got a good centre back who may was not English but could have contributed very well for the next 4 to 5 years. But here we are. Nevertheless, maybe we've got now two good defenders, Varane and Martinez, and here's Marcus Rashford, who's in brilliant form. Scoring left goals, left, right, and center. He's had a good goal scoring record recently, and after horrendous last season, he's now finding his form back. Very important for United that he keeps on scoring goal because we don't have much goal scoring option. And the game is underway. Game's underway, and scoreline is 0-0 in the first minute. Tal Malasha throw in, and now a throw in for Everton. Very, very crucial game for Frank Lampard. If he ends up losing this game, he may even get sacked. So very, very important that he comes out with something, maybe not a win but a draw. Jordan Pickford, if Everton end up getting relegated this season, he may be up for a transfer. I mean, I think that even if Everton don't end up in the championship next season, I think Jordan Pickford will be in the transfer market. My belief, because he's given uh, most part of his career to Everton, and now is the time that he would want Everton to cooperate and he would want to go to a top club. Fantastic goalkeeper. He is United now. Here's Rashford. Got Malacia ahead of him on the left hand side. Rashford there, and nice defending there for Onana. Throw into United. Immediately in action, Marcus Rashford from minute one. The throw in Casemiro, Malacia, and a throw in for Everton. Unable to keep the ball, Malacia. So yes, very important game that Frank Lampard gets something out of this game. If Frank Lampard ends up losing this game, I think he will be sacked. That's my theory. I feel that Everton will react. When the match began, there was Everton fans shouting in the ground, "Sack the board, sack the board." So there's a good chance that Anthony, Rashford, Fernandez, Rashford now we got Martial ahead of him, but couldn't get past. Same as Coleman, and Shaw wins the ball back there, and Casemiro gives it away easily. Here come Everton. Here's Gray. Cuts inside. Nicely defended. Yeah. Casemiro winning the ball back. Here's Martial holding the ball nicely there. Well done. Passes it to Rashford on the left hand side. Breakers of space ahead of him. Marcus Rashford goes past the defender and a tap in for Anthony. United get the lead early in the game. What a fantastic run for Marcus Rashford. Confidently took on Onana and then a fantastic low cross. Anthony just had to tap in and what an opening goal for United. Early lead for Manchester United. Anthony the goal scorer. Brilliant run by Marcus Rashford, who did all the hard work to get past the defender and then put in a fantastic low cross. But also appreciation has to be given for to Anthony Marshall. What a wonderful hold-up play against three defenders. He held the ball and then put it forward to Rashford, who took on Andre Onana, and then the fantastic cross. Anthony is onside and a nice tap in there. United straight away under scoring the goal, first goal in the FA Cup for Anthony. Brilliant run by Marcus Rashford, but I would say credit has to be given to Anthony Martial for a brilliant hold-up play. The way he held the ball, avoided three defenders and then passed it to Marcus Rashford on the left-hand side, and Rashford took on the defender and then a brilliant cross. Fantastic tap in for Anthony. So we are in the fourth minute and United have taken an early lead. Anthony would feel more and more confident now after scoring that goal. He did have a good game in last weekend, didn't play that well, and he didn't star in the midweek game, Premier League game, and then now he is here today. So this goal will give him a lot of confidence. Potato Boy 251 says Levi is number one bullshit person. Man is holding Pedro Porro deal for 5 million. Sporting want release for 45 million. Leva want to pay 40. Levy want to pay 40 million. Yeah, we all know how Danny Levi is. I believe Potato Boy is a Tottenham fan. But yeah, Antonio Conte wants certain players that suit his style, and I think Pedro Porro is one of them. And he desperately wants a right back who can fit into style of play. And if Tottenham can crack a deal and get Pedro Porro as soon as possible, because Tottenham are not doing well after the World Cup. They are a good, decent run before the World Cup. They were, I think, fourth or third in the Premier League, and now they've dropped a lot of points. They did win the last game with a lot of goals, but they've got to keep on winning continuously. Here's United now. Rashford takes a shot and just wide. Almost scored a second goal there. United brilliantly taken shot by Marcus Rashford, but I think Jordan Pickford had it covered nicely. It was indeed, in fact, it was Anthony Martial, not Marcus Rashford. My bad. Rashford having a very good form, but Martial struggling for goals. He would want to get few goals in this game. It'll boost his confidence. Tyler Malasha with a throw in. Here's Ericsson. Malaysia passes it back to David De Gea, who is out of contract in summer, and it seems that he has almost agreed a new contract. United have not triggered the extension, but are looking to get David De Gea on a new deal with lower wages. So it's actually a good move. He's on a very high wage, around 350 to 375 grand a week, which United would want to reduce, considering his age, his form, and maybe suitors not available in the market for him. But I think David, I wouldn't call him. He's improved a lot on the ball, but he's been decent this season under Ten Hag. And if he keeps on improving, maybe he's got still got a long-term career at United, maybe another 5 to 6 years. You never know. But yes, I think it's a very good idea to get him on a new deal with lower wages instead of extending his contract for another season. So another throw in this time to Everton. There's a lot of activity going on that left hand side of United. So nice ball there. Malasia there covering. Gives it to David there. A brilliant touch there by Fernandez. He's got Anthony now. He's got Martial in the center, Rashford on the left hand side. And the cross wasn't convincing. Should have done better. Should have done better, Anthony. Very disappointed to see that kind of cross. Rashford was an acre of spaces. Could have easily scored a goal with the amount of space that he had. Now here's Everton there. IOB gives it to Coleman. Coleman has been a long-standing servant for Everton. Here's Onana, who's been a brilliant recruit for Everton. Will improve, will get better as he gets more and more experience. Here's Gray to Tarkovsky. Now Everton. A nice cross, but there's no one at the end of it. And United now. Here's Martial. Nicely done. Gets away from IOB and couldn't pass it to Malaysia. Throw it for Everton. And a poor pass there. United almost got the ball. Everton are very careless on the ball. Oh, they've already conceded a goal. They've got to be very alert. They got to they aren't convincing, I thought it's a very important, crucial game for United, for Everton and Frank Lampard. They would be doing much better, but the first 10 minutes haven't been all that good. And nicely done by IOB to win the ball. Got Coleman ahead of him. He tries to give it to Onana. Casemiro intercepted and a fantastic pass to Rashford. Marcus Rashford gets past three, two, four defenders. Here's Ericsson, takes a shot. Casemiro and wide there. A nice try there. United getting better and better. Nice run by Marcus Rashford getting past three players, but the defense was completely packed. And then Ericsson took a shot which went back to Casemiro on the volley, wide there. It's a good opening 10-11 minutes for United. They've already scored a goal. They're controlling the game. They're confident. They've got to keep on doing that. If they wrap up the game within an hour's time, they can allow their important players to rest and then play for the City game. Yes, Casemiro there, a nice pass, couldn't get to Anthony. Everton still not looking confident in the ball, giving away easily, and there's no coordination between the players. It's Pickford got free. There's Onana now. United pressing nicely, not allowing Everton to break the lines. He's got free. A nice ball there. Luke Shaw there to intercept it. Onana wins it. Now Everton will look to break. Here's IOB. Puts it wide on the left hand side. Here come Everton. Could this be an opportunity? Here's Onana. Here's Gray there. Takes a shot. And what a fantastic save by David there. I thought that almost went in. Let's quickly have a replay there. Was a nice shot there. Too much space for Gray. And it actually didn't touch David there. It went off the side post outside and for a goal kick. No, no, it did touch him. It's a corner for Everton. A chance for them to get a goal. Here's Gray with the corner. The nice corner there, cleared by United. Still in the ball, Everton looking to find an equalizer. We're in the early stages of the game. It's a nice pass and fantastic interception of Varane. That could have been an easy Everton goal and a brilliant defending. And Everton have scored. Poor goalkeeping by David there, allowing Connor Cody to pounce on the chance. And United have conceded a very poor goal. It's a very poor goal to concede. Should have cleared the ball easily. David there would be kicking himself for this error. You wouldn't expect this kind of error from a goalkeeper of David's quality, but it's been very poor goalkeeping. Should have cleared the ball. Couple of very nice interceptions by Rafael Varane, and then David had to clear the ball, which he couldn't. A nice shot by Mope, and David couldn't control it, couldn't keep the ball, and I think there'll be a VR check whether there was a foul on Casemiro on the build up to the goal. It actually went off his leg, and Dalot couldn't get before Connor Cody, and Connor Cody pounced upon that opportunity to score a goal. Equalizer for Everton. United have to start again. Would be very disappointed Eric Ten Hag by this point. This kind of error goal wasn't something that Everton played really well and created. United should have cleared the ball well early. Yes, Diego Dalot. Got Fernandez ahead of him. Dalot. Yes, Anthony trying to go back, and I think it's a foul. Yes, it's a foul on Anthony. It's a quick throw in. And Martial holding of the ball, but unable to produce anything from that. Yes, Gray, one on one with Dalot. Dalot forcing him back and give the back pass. Same as Coleman. Alex Iwobi trying to get past Ericsson. Brilliantly done there by Malacia. Ball is still with Everton. Here they come with another counter attack. Here's Onana. Martial, Rashford, Martial. Can he score? What a save by Jordan Pickford. But Martial should have scored there. Fantastic 1-2 between Martial and Rashford. That should have been a goal there. United corner now. A nice corner. We could do much with it. Here's Eric. Here's Luke Shaw. The foul there by Bruno Fernandes. Free kick to Everton. 70 minutes into the game, the scoreline is 1-1. United scoring a brilliant goal through Anthony and then conceding a very poor goal, courtesy error by David De, the goalkeeper of Man United. I thought his first reaction should be clearing the ball, but not sure why he was so stuck to his goal post and what was it all about. That's a blunder. Something that he would want to forget as quickly as possible. Wouldn't want that error to affect the rest of the game. Overall, United have been the better team. They've created a lot of chances. Anthony Martial should have scored a couple of minutes back, but then, fantastic save by Pickford. Varane here. Diego Dallo now runs with the ball. He's got Fernandez and Anthony ahead of him. Gives it to Anthony. Back to Dallo. Now, as I was saying earlier, United need to make sure that they wrap up the game before an hour's mark, before 65 minutes, and then they can rest majority of their important players for the City game. There's a Luke Shaw cross. Here's Martial. Not a convincing shot. Intercepted by Dallo. Back to Everton player. Anthony Martial not having a good game. The throw in for Everton. Tarek Magasha getting a lot of opportunities here. And, like I said, I was surprised in the beginning when I saw Luke Shaw's name on this starting 11 ahead of Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof, who are, first team centre backs. Luke Shaw is not a centre back, he's more of a left back, but playing as a makeshift centre back, did pretty well in the last two games where he played as centre back. And I thought he started as centre back in those two games because Maguire and Lindelof were not fit to start those games. But now we all know they played the last game and looked physically better. They were fit and I thought they should have started, but very strange decision by Eric Ten Hag, and I think a really good decision. Considering the future. Abhishek Putran says Martial should have passed to Anthony. Absolutely, Anthony was in acres of space. A previous one where Pickford saved, he could have passed that to Rashford as well. So Martial is not having a good game here. There's Martial there. To Fernandez. He's got Anthony now. Anthony back to Martial. Anthony. Dallo. Anthony to Dallo. Anthony couldn't control the ball and throw in for United. 20th minute. Scoreline is 1-1. A lot of opportunities for United. They scored one, but they missed two chances as well. They need Anthony Martial to be back at his best. Because and it just shows how important it is for United to get a striker because they lost Ronaldo and then after that they don't have a goal scorer in them. Majority of the goals have come from Marcus Rashford. If you take out Marcus Rashford from the team, who's going to score those goals? So it's very important that United buy a number nine. Now, like I said earlier, João Felix is very strongly linked to United. Atletico Madrid 121 million total package, including his wages and the loan fee, which United feel it's too high. Even I, as a fan, feel that's a lot of money for a player who will be on loan for just 6 months and is not the player that has set the world on fire. He's a very good player. On his day, can do a lot of good things and can be the best player. But so far, his career at Atletico Madrid hasn't been all that good. I agree. Atletico Madrid has bought him for around 120 million, but that doesn't mean, you player which is surplus to requirement, you ask a huge amount of money for that player. I think eventually Atletico Madrid will come to terms with either United, Arsenal, or Chelsea for a loan fee. There, they will agree. They will come to a common ground, maybe 10 million loan fee, and then the club, United, Chelsea, or Arsenal agreeing to pay remaining of the wages. So yeah. I think eventually Jorge Mendes will strike a deal with either one of the three clubs. Neil Mope arguing. Luke Shaw, Ericsson. What a signing Christian Ericsson has been. I always want to speak about him, how good he's been coming on free. What a signing by Eric Ten Hag. He wanted Ericsson. He knew how good Ericsson was. He trained with the Ajax squad before after his medical issues and then before he joined Brentford. So Eric Ten Hag knew about him, his attitude levels, how important he will be, and what a signing it's been. Fantastic. Here he is again. He's actually a number 10, playing as a number 8, but doing a fantastic job. That's Varane. To Diego Dallo. Just Tyrell Malacia. The poor cross there. Pickford collects it. Now Everton through Andre Onana. Tarkovsky gives it back to Pickford. Everton haven't been all that convincing. There's Varane there. Nicely done there. David to Diego Dallo. Ericsson. Tyrell Malacia with it to Rashford. First touch pass. Loses the ball. And Everton have it back. I keep on emphasizing very important game for Frank Lampard. This may well decide his fate as an Everton manager. United players pressing from the front. Here come Everton now. Michaelenko is Alex Iwobi with Tarkovsky. A nice pass there. Goal kick. Is Varane there? Is Fernandez on the right hand side? Is Luke Shaw. Nice switch of play there. For Anthony now. Unable to control the ball. Casemiro's foul there and a free kick to Everton. All right, tussle between Marcus Rashford and Everton players. Famous Coleman and Marcus Rashford were the two players involved in the altercation. Ooh, pulling off shirts. Ruben Rashford. A throw in for Everton 20. They into the 28th minute. The scoreline is 1-1. Here's Ericsson there. Casemiro. Rashford there with Marshall ahead of him. Fantastic ball to Bruno Fernandes. Tries to get past the Everton player, but nicely defended there. And it's a foul there. Fernandes arguing. It's a yellow card to Bruno Fernandes. Let's quickly have a check on the replay whether it was actually a foul. Oh, yes, yes, it was. Caught him. That is actually a foul. Yellow card to Bruno Fernandes. The first yellow card of the game. Tyrell Malacia will take the throw in for United. Quick one there to Varane. Good Dalot there. Good to see Dalot completely fit and start the game. And Van Bissaka, had done a decent job in his absence. But then Dalot is our first choice right back, and it's very imperative that he plays these important games. And he is fit before the Man City game. A nice pass by Ericsson to Luke Shaw. Here's Luke Shaw. Rashford trying to get past two Everton players, and Casemiro has won the ball. Nicely done there. Everton working hard to not let Rashford pass through them. It's a fantastic ball there, but a little too much there for Diego Dalot. Just too much. Needed to be a bit more controlled. Fernandes frustrated. The poor pass there. Nice interception for Casemiro. With Anthony, Fernandes, Tyrell Malacia, and it's a brilliant tackle by Everton there. Luke Shaw wins the ball quickly. Nice pass there, Fernandes. And Onana intercepts. Here's Gray taking Rafael Varane one on one. Gets past him. Here's Coleman to Iobi who loses the ball. Here's Casemiro. He's got Martial and Anthony ahead of him. Casemiro was Rashford indeed. And takes a shot. And it's a throw in there. Nice play by Pickford. It was a good shot, but Pickford was very comfortable. The poor control, poor touch by Alex Iobi. Rashford won the ball, ran through the center of the pitch. He had Anthony and Martial, but he decided to take the shot. And it was a nice save by Pickford. The ball bounced in front of him. Very difficult to save those ones, but he confidently put that away. Tyrell Malacia. Here's Dalot. Anthony. Here's Anthony. Diego Dalot to Luke Shaw. Here's Malacia. Ericsson. Back to Malacia. United growing in confidence here. Final ball has to be better. Ericsson now. Nicely done to Malacia. Rashford. Back to Malaysia United keeping the ball, passing it nicely. Casemiro, Luke Shaw, poor cross there by Malaysia, and a goal kick. United. Everton now. Here's the counter attack. Here's Demari Gray. He's got a lot of options ahead of him. Michael Onko on the left hand side. It's a good cross there. Coleman now controls the ball, brings it down. Alex Ayobi and a brilliant interception. Here's Anthony. He's got a lot of options ahead of him. That's poor. That's very poor from Anthony. That is actually very poor. He's got a Casemiro trying to give it to Rashford, but the strength of the pass was not all that good, and Everton win the ball back. That's really poor by Anthony. He should have passed it earlier and then ran out of options. Everton still in the game. They conceded early, but they got one back, courtesy of an error by David De Gea. They're still keeping themselves alive in the game. Alex Iwobi trying to get past Tyrell Malacia. Here's Malacia. Fernandez, Shaw, Varane. Here's Diego Dallo. He's got Anthony ahead of him. Ericsson, Dallo, Varane, Shaw, Martin, Malacia. Now Fernandez, Malacia switches the play. Intercepted by Michael Unko for a throw in, which Anthony will quickly take. No, Diego Dallo will take the throw in. Dallo, Shaw, Varane, Anthony gives away the ball. Demari Gray, nicely done there, brilliantly done. With Marcus Rashford, I thought, yeah, it was very good defending by Marcus Rashford and Malacia now. Ericsson, Varane is Varane. Way ahead now. Here's Varane there. Gets past the Everton player. Fantastic passing there. Rafael Varane, Casemiro, and Casemiro shoots it. Couldn't connect it the way he wanted. And Everton United lose the ball again. Is Everton there? Michael Unko. Dolo forces the ball out and throw it to Everton. The brilliant run by Rafael Varane. Fantastically done. The way he got past Onana. The foul again now by Fernandez, who's looking frustrated more and more. Donny Van de Beek is injured. We do not know how long that injury will be. Ten Hag not happy with his players. Yes, Donny Van de Beek's got injury and we don't know when he will be back. And he thought he will now get some games under him. He's bad, now that Eric Ten Hag has come. But injuries have affected his career now this season. By the way, Enzo Fernandez is has been dropped for Benfica's game. He's not even on the bench. So not sure what will happen. Whether he will end up staying in Benfica or will he join Chelsea. Chelsea have not, Chelsea have made an offer, but that's not close to what Benfica want. Benfica want the release clause as they are going to sell him in January. United have actually, after the equalizer, haven't looked all that convincing. Yes, they've got the ball, but creatively haven't been all that good. Anthony has been very disappointing, and Ten Hag will be expecting more from him. Style Malaysia, Luke Shaw, Varane, Style, a brilliant ball there. Michael Onko, Anthony chasing him. Brilliantly done from Dalo. Where's Anthony? Gets past two players. Casemiro, a lot of pressing inside United's box. Nicely done there. Brilliantly done by Anthony to keep the ball inside. Ericsson, that was very close. That was so close. A brilliantly taken shot by Christian Eriksen, just over the bar. Fantastic shot by Christian Eriksen, just over the bar, almost missed. Brilliantly done by Anthony to keep the ball inside and then gives it to Eriksen, who's got a lot of space in front of him to take that shot. And nicely done, just over the bar, almost scored the second goal for United. They need to keep on doing that. Here's Diego Dallo, Anthony, Eriksen there to Luke Shaw. Here's Marcus Rashford. Rashford puts it wide to Anthony. Dallo on the throw into United. Eriksen now to Luke Shaw. Eriksen. Anthony Martial now coming deeper, trying to get more involved in the game. Hasn't had a good game. Martial. It's a nice pass there. Unable to control the ball. Casemiro. Yes, Gray. Gets past Eriksen. Gets past Dello. Got lots of options ahead of him. But brilliant defending there. Fernandez intercepting the ball. It's Dallo. Varane. Here's Malacia. Marcus Rashford now. United's final ball has been a lot disappointing since the equalizer scored by Everton. There haven't been many chances. Yes, they have kept the ball with them. They have dominated the possession, but apart from the Eriksen chance, there hasn't been much opportunities here. We saw a couple of good moments. One, Rafael Varane getting past the defender on the wings. But the final ball again wasn't all that convincing. 43rd minute into the game, United looking very confident defensively. Yes, people will say this is an open game, but I think United are completely in control. The goal that they gave away was a stupid error by the goalkeeper. Otherwise, they have been pretty decent. Marcus Rashford. Rashford takes a shot with Malasia to Marcus Rashford. Tal Malasia. Now Marcus Rashford. Fernandez. Ericsson. Casemiro. Oh, looking to get past the defender. A foul there by Casemiro on the Everton player. The 44th minute of the game. Scoreline is 1-1. Everton there trying to win the ball. There's Ericsson now. Back to Luke Shaw. Daryl Malasia. There's Rashford. Could be the last chance before the first half. Casemiro puts it wide to Anthony. Keeps the ball in Anthony. Got Diego Dallo. Can he cross? No, he chooses to pass the ball. Anthony, Diego Dallo, not a convincing pass. A throw in there. United. Maybe this is the last chance. They've got 2 added minutes here before the first half ends. One last opportunity to score a goal and take the lead. Gustavo, Martial, and a corner to United. Martial hasn't had a good first half. He had a couple of good moments where his hold off play was brilliant. Apart from that, he missed a couple of really good chances. Luke Shaw will take the corner. The Luke Shaw corner and Everton. It's a fantastic ball from Luke Shaw. But Everton again alert and clearing the lines. Here's Rashford. And Everton win the ball fair and square. But give the ball away again. There's Luke Shaw. We've got 10 seconds left for the close of first half. Here he is. And that's the end of first half. So United 1-1. They had a very good first goal. They were playing really well and they created more chances, but then they ended up conceding a very scrappy goal. Error by David Day, an unforgettable moment for him, one which he would like to get past and get back his form. But this is the first half. United won, Everton won. 45 minutes still to go. Let's see what happens at Old Trafford. Guys, I'll close the stream now. I'm unwell, not feeling well. So I'll just close the stream. Sorry to close this so early. Wanted to continue till the end of the game, but I'm not feeling well, and I think I'll see you on the for the Carabao Cup game against Charlton Athletic. Sorry guys once again, and we'll see you in the midweek against Charlton Athletic. David De says I'm sure. Yes, bro. David De issue. वो गलती कर दी एरर कर दिया क्या कर सकते हैं अभी ठीक है अमशे भाई आई एम डन विद द स्ट्रीम आई एम अनवेल and we'll join you for the stream in the midweek. All the best for your exam. Do well. And bye guys. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, bottom right corner. वीडियो पसंद आई तो लाइक जरूर कर देना. Bye guys. Good night.